Three, two, 1. Welcome to mock draft season, and welcome back to Mock the Mock, where we take a look at someone else's mock draft. And I'm mocking, giving you my views, thoughts, and opinions. We got a good one today as we check out Kyle Krabs' mock draft, as it looks like he's experimenting with trades, and we know how fun that can be. But what's crack-a-lackin'? It is your boy Broshmo. Just in case you did not know, so go ahead, become a bro and subscribe. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. As always, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Hopefully you had a safe new year. I kind of did. I only overextended or hyperextended or whatever my hamstring, or pulled it. I'm hoping I didn't tear it. I'm gonna wait a couple of days, see how it feels, but hopefully you had a safe New Year's. But let's go ahead and get this sucker started. I cannot wait to see what we got going on via Kyle Krabs. All right, so he said, okay, I took the opportunity to get a little nutty, and I asked some philosophical questions, like, what if the Texans decide to... Oh, that's a good strip. Sorry. I'm watching the Tulane South USC game right now. Anyway, I'm asking some philosophical questions here, apparently. What if the Texans decide to scorn quarterback in one in favor of defensive talent and come back to the well later? What if we experience another blockbuster trade at the quarterback position this offseason? What new names could creep higher that we're currently projecting? All right, so that's what we're going to be doing. So let's go ahead and check this out with pick number 1. With the Houston Texans going Jalen Carter. So all right, so already we see the Texans decide not to go quarterback. Here again, we're getting nutty here. Maybe if they do scorn taking a quarterback number 1, they go with the top non-quarterback prospect available being here. Jalen Carter for them. Could be Will Anderson for someone else. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's fine. Texans, this is quarterback. This is gonna be quarterback all the way. You're getting Bryce Young. All right, so the next one's the Seattle Seahawks, but they're trading up via the Chicago pick. Right? Wait. This is via Denver, but they're trading with Chicago. Okay, so it is a trade. All right, so this is what the trade is going to look like. The pick's Bryce Young. Seattle Seahawks trade up for Bryce Young. That's kind of clutch. So they... Doesn't look like they're giving up that much. So to move up to 2. Oh, they're moving up 1 spot. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. So this is probably symbolic of the trade the Niners and the Bears did for the Bears to move up to get Trubisky. So Seahawks, I think, are totally still in play to get a quarterback if they really choose to do so. They have a fine quarterback right now in Geno Smith, but he probably isn't the long-term answer. And he even mentions this. You're now a part of the other side of the coin for the Mitch Trubisky trade. Okay, so yeah, so that's interesting. Seahawks moving up to get quarterback. I'm kind of cool with that. And then the Bears they move down. They get a bunch of picks. They get 2 third-rounders, 1 this year, 1 next year, and a 4th rounder. And they get Will Anderson in the process. That's fine. I think the Bears are going to get their pick, really, of either Jalen Carter or Will Anderson. It kind of just depends on, I guess, who they fancy, because I'm telling you, Texans are taking quarterback. All right, I guess we can keep moving forward then and see what else we got going on. Carolina Panthers, this is another trade. They get Will Levis, so they're moving up to get Levis. So they trade with the Cardinals. Cardinals get a 2nd, a 3rd this year, and a 3rd next year. And this is interesting, not throwing teams not using their 3rd next year to move up. I think that's a bit interesting. But they get Will Levis. I think, here we go. They're going to reference David Tepper right here. David Tepper has brought a lot to Charlotte, and he's hoping the team's next franchise quarterback can be on the list. Okay, I know there were reports out there that Tepper was fancying Will Levis, but if you're looking at like tools-wise, Levis has got some tools. He really does. Like his tools have the chance to be exceptionally high end, so that's I think why a team will go after him in the top 10. However, I don't know. I kind of like CJ Stroud a little bit better. Maybe it's because I know the floor is a lot higher. But yeah, no. Panthers, they need to put themselves in play to make a move on the quarterback. So don't doubt that they will do this. Go to the let's see, Indianapolis Colts. They're taking CJ Stroud. So yeah, I haven't looked at the updated draft order yet, by the way. So this is all coming like a bit of a surprise. I know much of the top. I think top 5, maybe it's top 10 is unchanged, but I don't know. I plan on doing a mock draft after this. I don't know if I'm gonna do multiple rounds. I don't know if I'm gonna get crazy with trades. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but yeah, I really just wanted to be surprised by the draft order. But makes sense. The Panthers want to move up in front of the Colts to snag a quarterback because the Colts are all but likely to take a quarterback. So. I don't know. Maybe I'm hoping some of Stroud's deniers are starting to second guess himself after that Georgia performance. Man, he was pretty darn good. But obviously, they need a quarterback. Colts need a quarterback. Detroit Lions. They're going Tyree Wilson. They're going with a pass rusher with a good what's the word? That can be a very solid run defender, and then you kind of got your pass rushing threat in James Houston come off. He kind of looks like right now they've just been really using him as a DPR, designated pass rush only, but get him in the rotation with Wilson and Hutchinson might be super scary, super dangerous, because like Wilson, he's got I think he's got a higher floor than most. I don't think the ceiling's not crazy. Like he moves exceptionally well for a guy his size, but like we're not talking Travon Walker territory. He's got a nice wingspan, but he's just so unpolished as a pass rusher that you know what, you're getting a good run defender there. Pair up with Aiden Hutchinson. James Houston could swing in on passing down, so I don't mind this pick. Las Vegas Raiders are going Paris Johnson to block for their new quarterback Jarrett Stidham. Hey, Stidham with the dub, yes, or with the almost beating the Niners. It was just wild. Anyway, they will be making a big change at quarterback, having clearly pinned the team's shortcomings on Derek Carr. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the Raiders roster has a lot bigger needs. And then Carr, yeah, I mean you're not drafting a quarterback here anyway. I think the Raiders will probably look for a veteran option potentially. Maybe try to get Jimmy G up in there. I don't know. We'll see. But, yeah, grab an offensive line. You get this on the other side of Colton Miller. I think that's exceptionally solid. Paris Johnson. I think more NFL teams are going to like Johnson over Skoronski because of the length, the athleticism. So, yeah, you're not going to have questions if Johnson has the ability to play tackle like you will with Skoronski. And the Baltimore Ravens moving way up to get Myles Murphy. Say what? Oh, this is the Lamar Jackson trade? What the flip? Yeah, he is getting crazy. Is this not what you want? Are you not entertained? That's funny. All right, so basically, the Falcons are giving away 3 first-rounders, a second, and a fourth. So Baltimore is gonna get a hell of a haul here. And they're gonna use that first rounder that they acquire on Myles Murphy. So this is kind of crazy. They just keep adding pass rush. They're gonna have David Ojabo. There we go. David Ojabo, who's gonna be coming back, but again, he might be a guy that ends up being a DPR, pass rush only. They're with Owe. They like to rotate pass rushers in anyway, so Like, I like the idea of Miles Murphy. He's a big, versatile boy. If anything, he's closer to Trevon Walker than Tyree Wilson. So, interesting. Lamar Jackson going to the Falcons. That's kind of dope. All right, Arizona Cardinals. They're going Christian Gonzalez. Keep in mind they snagged a second rounder and 2 third rounders to move back 5 spots. Christian Gonzalez, they need more talent, more competition, more depth in their cornerback room. So, yeah, grabbing Christian Gonzalez. I think that's a good get. Philadelphia Eagles are taking Jared Verse here. I mean, they like to rotate their... Oh, actually, depending on what happened with, like, depending on the severity of the neck injury with Josh Sweat, this might not be a bad option. You got, obviously, you got Brandon Graham there. But, like, Graham's up there in years. Derek Barnett's nowhere near being a long-term answer in terms of other guys they have there. Son Reddick is more of this... like outside the tackle, rushing from a 2-point stance. So like, I don't know, I like the addition of Verse. So actually, yeah, like trenches in general, I think makes sense for the Eagles, but like especially edge rusher now at this point. The Tennessee Titans are taking Quentin Johnston. Johnston having a real good game against Michigan there. He is, so I mean, you get 2 big contested catch targets there for whoever your quarterback is next year. I'm assuming it's Tannehill next year. Maybe Malik Willis. I don't know. But him and Burks, man, 2 big contested catch guys. Johnson, I would say more of a possession guy compared to Burks. So, yeah, no, get him more firepower. You got to find answers somewhere, some way, somehow on this offense. All right, Houston Texans are taking Anthony Richardson. I kind of assumed this would be the case if they didn't take a quarterback at 1, because Richardson would probably be the only guy left after the top 10 picks. Matter of fact, he was the only quarterback really left after the top 5 picks. So Richardson, this still feels early. I feel better about him probably around pick 20-ish. I don't know, maybe some team takes a chance on him. He is a bit of a project at this juncture, at this standpoint. So I don't know. Be interesting to see what team exactly goes with him or goes out and gets him. I think that would be interesting. But I mean, all in all, I don't like this idea. Just get Bryce Young, prettiest thrower of the football in college football. Grab him at 1, and then you got some options here at 12. All right, the New York Jets take Broderick Jones. I really feel like they're going to be bringing in a veteran quarterback, whether that's like he lists here Jimmy G. I honestly think there's a good chance that it could be Tom Brady. I don't think Brady wants to be back with the Bucs next year, or maybe, I don't know. Let's see what their playoff run looks like. But I think he's going to look like a team like the Jets, who are inside the AFC East. Keep in mind, he wants to go back at it with Bill Belichick. He would love to face Bill Belichick twice a year, and Jets would enable that. This is a defense I think that are ready. I think this defense is legit. And then offensively, I mean, you get a tackle here, Elijah Vera Tucker, depending on whatever you want to do with him. Maybe he ends up being your right tackle. You get Jones and Mekhi Becton to kind of like fight for that left tackle spot. Hopefully, Lincoln Tomlinson does better in year 2 of his deal. Bring back Connor McGovern and bring back Nate Herbig. I don't know what exactly the contract is for Nate Herbig, but if he is a free agent after the season, bring him back, man. I think he's done good. All right. Pittsburgh Steelers go Peter Skoronski. Kind of falls to this point. I think that's a good get for the Steelers here. Yeah, I really do. I mean, with his ability to play either guard or tackle, or even center, really, he's whatever you want him to be. I think the Steelers would like that type of versatility. Then the Washington Commanders. Is this the second corner off the board? Ooh, this is very interesting. Devin Witherspoon going here at 15. Maybe he gets a huge Senior Bowl bump. Maybe he jumps guys like Keely Ringo, like Cam Smith, like Joey Porter. I think Joey Porter will be a really good fit here too. But yeah, all in all, man, that is I think that is a solid pickup here. I think Witherspoon will have a big Senior Bowl. All right, Green Bay Packers take a Michael Mayer, very popular pick. Robert Tonyan is a free agent. I kind of like the idea of them getting another pass catcher, but I mean, the options here, like Jordan Addison, probably be the guy I'd be thinking of. Then outside of that, man, I think there's some fringe first rounders, maybe. All right, on to the Detroit Lions. They're going Brian Branch to pair up with, who'd y'all get? Tyree Wilson. Brian Branch had a banger Sugar Bowl. That dude was phenomenal. Dude. Brian Branch was fantastic. This is the guy that can work inside the box. And I think that works, man. Kirby Joseph is your guy moving forward. You have Deshaun Elliott. There really is your box guy. So, like, Brian Branch could be that. He could kick him in the slot. Like, with his versatility, go for it, man. He instantly helps that secondary out. Huge. I mean, I'm sure you'd want to come out with a corner here, but I mean, Brian Branch, I'm telling you, man, this guy's going to be like a top 15 guy. Branch had a very impressive game. Miami Dolphins forfeit their picks. Yay. Then we got Brian Brazee going to the Seattle Seahawks, then being able to get, they got Bryce Young. That's kind of wild. Now they address the middle defense, or at least the defensive line. Not with a guy that I expect to play nose, but a guy that can kind of play that 3-4 end, 3-tech role, can be a penetrator, very good athlete. So Brian Brazee, really good. What's the word I'm looking for? Value. Jacksonville Jaguars are going Anton Harrison. He's going to be a hot riser for some people now that Jalen Carter is not Jalen Carter. Now that Jalen Duncan, he be playing bad. I'm pretty sure the Draft Network might be off of him now. But Anton Harrison is probably the next tier after Broderick Jones, Paris Johnson, and Peter Skoronski. I absolutely love Anton Harrison, a guy that understands his weak point right now is play strength. Worked this summer to get better at it. We saw some improvements, but all in all, something that I think we'll have to develop better in time. But dude's athletic as heck, and I think the Jags can definitely get better along the offensive line. All right, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers go Keely Ringo. So Keely Ringo being the second corner off the board here. Had a very up and down not national championship, but playoff game against, to be fair, one of the best, probably one of, if not the best receiving core in college football, Ohio State. He had a bit of an up and down game, but all in all, man, the guy has great size. He's got good athletic tools, so I think he's probably going to go a lot higher than people think. And then Joey Porter going to the New England Patriots. Here, I find this very interested, but the Patriots had a lot of success with both Jack and Marcus Jones in the 2023 draft, but yeah. But Joey Porter is a different body type. Go, Joe! You scared the heckles out of me, buddy. Get down. Shoot, man. Gojo scared the heck out of me, man. That dude's got one heck of a bark. But Joey Porter going here. I get it. He's a different body type than Jack and Marcus Jones. Those guys are a bit undersized. Probably thought of as initially being slot guys, which I kind of agree with. But you get length, you get size here with Joey Porter. Jonathan Jones, don't know what his contract looks like. Maybe is he a free agent? Jonathan Jones, he's played very well on the outside there for New England. I know he just got hurt recently too. Hopefully he's all right. Got banged up in the Dolphins game. Dolphins suck. Yeah, no, he's a free agent after 2022. So, yeah, cornerback depth might be necessary. The New York Giants are going Jordan and Addison. Thank goodness, man. Get this team a quarterback now. Now watch this. Now, I've watched the tape, and here's what I can tell you. Daniel Jones might not be the answer, but I darn well know he's not the problem right now in New York, which is fair. So, and like, listen, I don't think the Giants have to draft quarterback. I'm not in that camp at all, especially with considering where they're drafting. I would be like, you don't need to look at quarterback. You need to figure out a very cost-effective way, I think, to bring back Daniel Jones, but also leave the door open if you feel like you can get better at the quarterback position later. Like, I wouldn't take Anthony Richardson, even if he was available here. I think you need to just start getting good playmakers elsewhere. Because you got a good quarterback. You got a solid top 15 to top 20 guy that he's like that tier 3 of type of quarterbacks who can be solid starters. If you put enough talent around them, they could be legit contenders year after year. But you could always look for better. I just don't think that now that's the case. Holy crap, Tulane with the big play. Oh man, dude, this Tulane USC game is a lot closer than I thought it would be. Props to Tulane. Anywho, Los Angeles Chargers, Jalen Hyatt. I feel like this is a bit early for Jalen Hyatt. Listen, part of me thinks he's not Anthony Schwartz, right? He's not going to be an Anthony Schwartz. He isn't a track star trying to play football. Like, Hyatt is a football player, but he is a guy that I'm going to be concerned with when it comes to his ability to take physicality consistently. Does he end up just being this long, like this weapon you can occasionally put on the field to be a home run hit, or is he going to be maybe an every down guy? Because, like, honestly, if you look at a bulk of his routes, it's like he's just being asked to run faster than the other guy. There's really no nuances to his routes and whatnot. But Chargers do need a home run threat. That's kind of why I kind of weigh more towards Addison, like with the Chargers pick, if he's available. In this case, he's not. Like, I wouldn't take Hyatt inside the first round. I'm just going to say that. Baltimore Ravens, with their next pick, keep in mind they got an extra first, grabbed Miles Murphy. They traded Lamar. They go Bijan Robinson. What are they going to do at quarterback, though? Can't move forward with Tyler Huntley, right? I don't know. Regardless, they get Bijan. They're going to pair him up with J.K. Dobbins there. And I assume Dobbins will then be because he's going to be going into year 3, I believe. So I assume they just eventually move on from him because you're going to have Bijan. But I don't know, man. I feel like you probably should have addressed you might as well just take a swing at Anthony Richardson earlier, right? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Ravens get Lamar Jackson. or are going to keep Lamar Jackson. Cincinnati Bengals go Cam Smith out of South Carolina. Often the forgotten about corner in this class, but he is really good. Don't sleep on Cam Smith. He will be a bit older than the other top corners in this class. So Minnesota Vikings take Clark Phillips. Again, think he's a good scheme fit. I know Vikings fans are kind of tired of seeing Clark Phillips here. Oh, he's undersized. It's like, listen, man, this guy's a ball hawk, though. This guy is a ball hawk. But I think he'd be a good fit for the defense. He's a good off-coverage corner. We got the Dallas Cowboys going John Michael Schmitz. Replacement for Tyler Biadasz, I guess? I suppose. Is there any maybe other areas you could go? I mean, you could snag one of the other corners available here, I guess. Jalen Jones, Manuel Forbes, but you probably question, are those guys first rounders? It's like, could be. I don't think there's a receiver I really want this juncture. We could talk Kayshon Boutte. We could talk Jackson Smith-Njigba. We could talk, honestly, guys like Josh Downs and Zay Flowers, which I'll talk about those guys later in the week when I do my receiver rankings. It's panning out to be, while it's not a very top-heavy wide receiver class, there's some interesting day 2 guys, most definitely. I guess Schmitz, well, okay, John Michael Schmitz could play guard, though. He could also play guard, so should just say, oh, he's replacing Tyler Biadasz. All right, Derek Hall going to the Broncos here. They get another pass rusher, so that's kind of fine. Derek Hall is more to this real Y9 guy. Doesn't have that natural flexibility. He kind of has to rush from an angle. I don't know if you really need more of that on the Denver Bronco defense. Maybe maybe you go with one of the tackles. I don't know, man. I think for me, this is a bit high for Derek Hall. Anyway, wow. Safety, Tulane. We got a 6-point ball game, and they get the ball back, dude. Dude, that crowd's going crazy. Yo, I love college football. Bowl season, best season. Buffalo Bills go Rashee Rice. Another guy that I think is just too high for him. He's not that explosive. He's more of this, I think, a very good possession receiver that can create after the catch. I don't see him being a first rounder. I really don't. But I do like him on day 2. I get a similar feel to maybe a Jawan Jennings, who I actually really liked a couple of drafts ago. Had a 3rd round grade on him. He ends up going in the 6th, 7th round. Rashee Rice, I think, ends up being a day 2 though. For sure. We got Jackson Smith-Njigba going to the Chiefs. And I'm not going to lie, this isn't exactly what the Chiefs need. This isn't what they need. Though they probably were one of the teams that can make the most use of Jackson Smith-Njigba. So this is actually fairly interesting. Maybe, because you don't bring back Juju, then shoot, you got your slot guy right here. Kadarius Toney, play him on the outside. You got MVS there as well. Mecole Hardman is a free agent, so I like this. I think this is super interesting. I think it's interesting, but I would love the Chiefs to go tackle or defense. There's a lot of good edge talent available here right now. And then the Philadelphia Eagles go, Christopher Smith out of Georgia, the safety. I haven't seen him in a mock draft in forever. I think I got a top 75 grade on him, probably just outside the top 50. Eagles made a splash addition with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson ahead of the season, but getting more talent at safety is a big area of opportunity for the Eagles, especially after already adding Jared Verse to the defense. Smith is an incredibly sharp player who offers more versatility and physicality on the back end. Yeah, I feel like he'd be more of a replacement for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson than if you're looking for a truly rangy guy at the deep end, man. You probably want to go free agency. I don't know. This is very interesting. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. That's it for the video. Go ahead, do the YouTube thing as always. Until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.